Welcome to Android Video Lesson Shorts Edition. My name is Sebastian Colbert, and in this lesson we'll learn about GridView. GridView is a view group that displays items in a two-dimensional scrollable grid. The grid items are automatically inserted to the layout using a list adapter. The grid view can have a simple item layout using Android's provided layouts and adapters. Or you can customize the items to your liking. To get started, we'll need some data. Data can be defined as an array, some kind of a list, or a database cursor. If using an array, it can be created programmatically or declared in a resource file as an array. You can also create an array with a reference to drawables. The grid view can be easily created in a layout. There are several configuration options, so be sure to review them to see what is possible. Here is complete code using default grid view. In step 1, we set out layout that was just defined in XML and find our grid view. In step 2, we define our array adapter with default list item layout, pass in our month's data, which was defined in our strings resource file, and add the adapter to our grid view. And finally, in step 3, we set the on-item click listener so we can react to touch events. The default grid view will display a very simple but functional grid. For custom grid view, a little more work is required. First, we need to define an item layout. You can be as simple or as fancy as your heart desires. The next step is to create a custom adapter. We'll start with extending base adapter. In our constructor, we'll pass in our data arrays for both text and our drawable references. We then override getView method so we can assign the text and an image to our custom layout based on the item's position. With all the pieces ready, we will now put them together. In step 1, we will set our layout we just defined in XML and find our grid view. In step 2, we initialize our custom adapter, pass in our month's data which we define in our strings resource file with our icon resource adapter, not shown here, and add the adapter to our grid view. And finally, in step 3, we set the on-item click listener so we can react to touch events. Here is our result. The extra work is definitely worth the effort. Users will reward you for it. That is all for this lesson. Visit androidvideolessons.com/shorts to get access to source code for this and other lessons. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I wish you happy coding.